Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Xeris Pharmaceuticals XERS fourth quarter summary for the 13th of March 2023, which we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of the company and the fourth quarter report. So I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I do own shares. I did sell some on the news of generic back in January, but I still am holding a pretty core position. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence. And any information given is valid for today, the 13th of March, and the slideshow will not be updated. As we get new news, new slideshow. So, the investment thesis, this is definitely a high risk, high reward company. So the company is going to continue to try to achieve break-even status by the end of 2023. However, with generic Keveyis, this is now really in question, and it's really going to depend on how Torrent handles its generic drug. The company pipeline is mostly in the earlier stages, and I don't assign a lot of value to it, but there is some products that are coming up and a deal from Horizon that could actually help out the company a huge amount. And again, even though with the generic, the company stated that it will be break even by the end of the year. And generally, I put a break even company worth about $1 billion. So that is a huge amount of upside from what it is currently. So hence, high risk, high reward. So the products. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of these. So Gvoke, about 15 in the fourth quarter, about 1.3 million increase from quarter three. Keveyis, 14 million. It's about a $500,000 increase. Recolliv was 3.8. It's about a 1.3 million increase. So Ugla, and I probably said that completely wrong. It's only available right now in the UK, Germany, and Austria. So there's definitely limited revenue. I suspect that they have like a revenue or royalty stream. I suspect that is it. So I'm using that. So that was a little more than $500,000. And then there's two clinical products that can move on. One with the deal with Horizon, which could help add $6 million in 2023. But that's where we currently are. What are we doing looking forward? So Gvoke, I just expect it to continue to gain about $1 million per revenue per quarter. That seems like it's pretty good. So the Recov, let's see, that's a wild card. So there are definitely a lot of drugs in this space. So the company may be able to compete kind of like it does with Gvoke. So we're going to really kind of be watching the uptake closely. We might see a very big uptake, and we might see a not so great uptake. Keveyis, so this is really how does the generic do? So first quarter sales stated that they're not going to be really affected by the generic. The company Torrent has set up the clinic and is shipping products, but they have said as of the quarterly report, there's been no scripts written for it. So I'm assuming that quarter one sales are safe. However, in talking about, they do have a system in place, so I don't expect a complete collapse in sales. So this is obviously an orphan drug and a tight-knit community, so there's a lot of things in there. If you can go back and read or listen to the first quarter report, they kind of explain that, the process of it. So I don't expect newer people to switch off from the drug. But again, we're going to have to see. And then, of course, obviously, Gvoke in Europe should have an increase in sales. The more markets they can get, the better. So I also said there's some clinical things. Last quarter, I did not look at any clinical pipeline parts because I just didn't believe there was anything that was close enough. They do have two. So they have XP8121. Their phase 2 is starting in the second half of 2023, so we're probably getting data in the second half of 2024. And this target date for getting it to approval is 2026 to 2028, stated by the company. So that is something that we can start to look at in the pipeline. Obviously, having a phase 2, really good, and we're going to see where that goes. And then, of course, the Horizon drug partnership. I know there are other partnerships. This is the first one they've mentioned, and we actually have cash associated with it. So the drug, Tepezza, is a $2 billion drug. It sells about $500 million a quarter. The company will try and complete the formulation in 2023, which will grant $6 million in payment. And then at that point, Horizon will have a chance to say if they want to continue on with the partnership. And so overall, getting the drug to market, it's going to take a while, but obviously just getting a positive partnerships are going to increase the chance for more as more people will say, okay, hey, this is a big company partnering. Let's look at this. Company summary, pretty simple. Company has around 122 million at the end of fourth quarter. The net loss was 13 million for the quarter 3, which is an improvement from a $19 million loss in the previous quarter. I'm sorry about the mistake there. We have 47 million in debt due in 2025, which is not terrible, but 150 due in 2027. And the company guidance is 165 million to 135 million in revenue for 2023. The total revenue in 2022 was 110 million. So obviously a big increase there. So yeah. So really the big summary is the company is going to continue to wait. We're going to have to continue to wait to see if we can actually make this a break-even company. And we're just going to have to wait and see. If the drugs can continue to grow or hold value, there's a good chance the stock will increase. So there's really going to be extra focus on Recorlev and Keveyis for this year. And I don't mention Gvoke because it seems like it is just a steady grower. I don't expect to have any significant sales increase. We could, but I'm not expecting it. And then any other deals that could be made in this year. So hopefully this gives you an overall focus of the company and kind of where we can be bullish about it and where we can be bearish about it. And then you can kind of make a much better investment decision for it. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.